Okay, so SOHCAHTOA, Peter, what is SO stand for? Science opposite over hypotenuse? Yes. Let me put that away. Mara, what is the CAH? What is adjacent over hypotenuse? Cosine. And Roscoe, what is TOA? What is opposite over adjacent? Tangent. So, Tycho, then looking at this, how am I going to pick one, X or Y? Pick a letter. X. What trig function ties together this side, the hypotenuse, and the angle? Cosine. So cosine of 12 equals x over 74. So guys, get the calculator out. Will, you got the calculator? Okay. What'd you get for x?
Oh, x for that one is 15. I just round it. It's like 15.4 maybe, but I just left it as 15.
Okay. Law signs, when we have a right angle, law signs is just longer. It should still work.
I got
72.3.
I got 72.
And actually,
I got 72.
Or no, don't.
how do you, hold on. How do we do law signs? Because, sine of 90 over 74.
Yeah, now just like on the instead of 12 plus 90.
Okay, why do all of the extra calculations?
This is in my mind.
Okay, he genius. He's taken more time than he needs to. And evidently made a mistake in the process because he had to do so many extra calculations.
Did you do cosine first?
No.
wait, no, I did.
Guys, look. Cosine of the angle.
72.38.
Yes.
73.2.
No, 72.4. 72.4.
72. I got 72.
72.4.
All right.
My bad.
Y'all getting crazy.
Oh, you multiply by 7.
Yeah, well, what you did?
I divided.
One, make sure you're in degrees.
X equals 72. Are you not trying to find the opposite though of your angle?
We're finding x and y, so we need to find both.
Well, yeah, then y is 15.
Okay. All right, I'm in degrees. Perfect. Do you guys agree cosine is adjacent, so the x over the 74?
Yep.
Cross multiply, we do 74 times cosine 12 degrees and 72.4. All right. Yes, it blew it. How do I find the y? What trig function is going to use this angle, this side, and that side? I don't want to do Pythagorean theorem. I want to use trig. Sine. Sine is opposite over hypotenuse. So sine of 12 is y over 74. Cross multiply on, well, let's check. 74 times sine 12?
Yeah.
15.4?
That's what I got for my bad. I thought you were out. I don't know why.
Okay. You click it in a little more?
Yeah.
Big layer, Jalen. Johan, how do I find that guy?
I guess
Do what?
that's cosine
Yep, cosine of what angle?
of
127.
Yep.
Equals.
equals to x over 158.
Perfect. And then cross and multiply, we get. Ooh, first of all, Maya, is the x value going to be positive or negative? Negative. Alvin, why did she say positive? Negative. So it's going to the left of the origin. Okay, yeah. it should be negative, but let's make sure. 158 times cosine 127, and I get negative 95. Serene, did you get that?
Oh, so should you do, okay, so it's negative.
Could we also-
Bigger angle?
You make the smaller angle. Would that be?
Yeah, but then you would get a
Okay.
positive number.
I got.
If you use the smaller angle of whatever 53 degrees, you're going to get a positive x value. So I don't recommend that.
So I got negative 0.6.
So that was the same for.
Negative 0.6
So
times
It was
58.
here we're going to do sine of 127
Negative
equals
95.
y over 158. Do you think the y value here, Joseph, should be positive or negative? It should come out positive. Let's check. 158 times sine 127, and we get 126.2. Okay. Vaguely familiar? Okay,
Yes, I'm
good.
ready.
You ready?
Ready to take on some new
Okay,
challenges.
so if you did the smaller angle, would it come out as the exact same number, but negative and positive, or would it be a different thing?
It would be the same number, but both of them would be positive. So, sometimes people just always make it the smaller thing and then look to see where it is and know to make this positive or negative. That people forget, like some amount of the time, I discourage that, but it's not incorrect. Okay, so that's old stuff, like it, 7, 8 days off, we're a little rusty, but familiar? Yes? Because here's the new. We left when we were doing vectors, which was getting an x and a y, well. So today is, here's the words, just read them. Find the component form of a vector that has a magnitude of 74 and a direction of 12. That sounds terrifying, right?
No.
That's what we just did,
Well,
okay?
that's
So these words mean component form of a vector, so I want,
Is magnitude always the hypotenuse on a right triangle? Is magnitude
What if it was negative?
okay, is magnitude always the hypotenuse of a vector or a right triangle? Yes. So magnitude of a vector, this is saying magnitude of the vector, its length was 74. The direction of this vector is 12 degrees. So if I draw the triangle there,
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
yes.
Do you have a negative magnitude?
Yeah, would it go upside down or would it go left or would it go?
So technically magnitude is never negative, but the direction of the angle will make the x and the y component negative.
Okay.
So what is the component form of this vector with a magnitude of 74 and a direction of 12? Well, the x value you guys calculated on your own, 72.4 and 15.4. So there's nothing new except vocabulary. Number 4 here is find the component form of the vector that has a magnitude of 158. So this thing, and to make it a vector, it has direction and magnitude. The direction was 127 degrees, the magnitude is 158. Then find the x and the y. The x was negative 95.1, and the y is 126.2. That's all the new stuff. Cool?
oh, you just it's like plugging it in.
Yeah, I mean, that's it. All right. And going back to like unit circle. X, Y, cosine, sine, it's alphabetical order, right? If it's on the unit circle. Well, here, X goes with cosine. And we just multiply it by the magnitude. So it's magnitude, sine of the angle is the y value, magnitude, cosine of the
I
angle
did a
is
while ago. the endings.
the X piece.
I think I read it.
Okay,
Sounds like I finished.
can you guys practice, do these four, check with your partner? So draw a quick picture of the vector from
Vector
the
A,
initial focus.
magnitude of the third one.
And you need a calculator, and it needs to be in the green one. Grab yours upside down.
Or
Okay, we're gonna try and see if we can get it first try. 130, 37.
I was also on it. But it wasn't a beach trip, it was a cultural trip, so I got to
Okay.
So you weren't there with family, you were just there
I was there with family, but I was there months. As fun as it was last time I went.
this. I just had my family come to me, and let me tell you, it was not nearly as exotic.
Where?
Anyone else leave the country over spring break? Yeah, Will, where'd you go?
I went to the UK, I went to London.
UK, London, nice. Tycho, where were you?
Costa Rica.
You got, you said,
El
what?
Salvador.
Anywhere else, anyone? I went to Silver Spring. Lord.
Ooh.
I live it.
Yeah. I'm crazy. So don't just draw the, put some numbers on them things, find the X and Y value, you need a calculator.
So after you get the, oh, you gotta find the X and Y. So how do you find,
think I did it.
how do you find the Y? I found my X.
Oh, what do you think? How do you find the Y?
Like even on the first one, I didn't find it.
Well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Me, for X, I got 7.
For cosine, I got 7, and then sine, I got 133.
Oh wait, that's I figured it out. It's just Pythagorean theorem.
Okay.
Very
mean-
clear.
we're doing perfect.
Wow.
Yeah, what?
Yeah,
Where did
okay,
that come
guys,
from?
you can, like, if they are right triangles, and if you get two sides, you can use Pythagorean theorem to find the third side. That takes too long, and you're gonna get rounding errors that are gonna just not be great.
I need to get up and take So I have a question.
Why can't you just do?
Some just do it this way.
Go ahead, William, you can draw or write, whatever.
134.
But let's say, so cosine 87 is x over 134. Then you multiply the 134.
I'm going to take it.
You gotta see. So,
I did this. I did cosine of 87.
Does anybody need a
x
calculator?
134, and then you multiply 134.
Does anyone else need it?
I can do the next one.
Now how do you find Y?
I can do
Then
the
you
next
do
one.
sine instead.
What did you get? Yeah, nothing.
Sine, you do the same thing, except sine.
No.
Equals
I can do the next one.
You see these? And then, yeah, that's how you do it.
Why not just do 134 equals 7 squared plus X?
That's too much
I
work,
didn't
right?
write the answers
Oh, wow.
to the first two.
Yes.
Oh my God, where's all the, find X and Y. Well, then show me you know what to do. You need the angles on these, otherwise it means nothing. With one number, you can't solve anything. So those of you who are like doing nothing, you wrote the X and Y axis and drew a diagonal line off the side and no numbers and nothing else. The quiz Thursday might be a little more jarring than you should. Yeah. It's not hard, but if you refuse to do anything, it will be impossible.
I figured it out. Tycho. It's really easy. All you have to do is just put it.
Did you call me Tycho? Or?
No, I was gonna say Tycho or something, but I was just speaking too fast.
Yeah, I was like, cool.
Like your B.
Got taller and I can play ice hockey.
Yeah. Like your B has that.
Wait, so we're always using cosine?
Okay, I didn't know that one.
You can snowboard either way.
It's It's funny.
I was talking to my sister. You guys with her for break. She said that you were her favorite math.
Oh.
Wishy washy.
I can't even see because
I think
Fernando's
she
log
liked
is in
the
the way.
post AP exam activities. Played blog tag.
She said she liked chocolate.
Yeah.
Which one? For X or Y? Just Y?
Okay.
Y, I got 34.
Yeah, do you have,
Okay.
I've just been doing like
Oh, you, sorry.
So Fernando, for this one found,
For Y, I got 34.8. For X, I got 50. I think he's switched it. So I'm mixing.
Monica, what answers do you get for number one? Like I wrote the workout, but I didn't bring up the calculator.
Yeah, he's switched it right back.
Well, see, when I'm standing right next to you and I ask people, do you need a calculator? You say, yes, I need one, there you go. Can you type in 134 times cosine 87 so we can get the answers to number one? So, sorry, Kate, just a sec. So these things are just find the x and y components and then put them together like a vector coordinate. So Monica, what'd you get for the first one? 134 times cosine 87, and you need to be in degrees. Sarah, can you help out? Or do you?
I'm kind of confused, that's why.
Okay, what are you confused about?
I know, okay, for the second question, I know how you got 30.6 when you plugged it into the,
That's, I mean, Fernando's showing his work here.
yeah, but then how did you get the other number, 34.8?
He said sine of the angle equals opposite, which is y, over hypotenuse, which was 52. So Monica's still waiting for a number. 132? 133.9? Do you guys agree? Renee, what'd you get for the y part of the first vector? 7 point. Okay, we disagree?
Yeah, I think so. You switch.
Okay, it's the x and the y are switched.
Yeah. It's 7 and 1.
Yep.
Sorry, it was 133 point.
Yeah, but can we just run?
Sorry, 130. Yes, Serene, we'd round it, and we would probably ask you for more than a whole number.
38 should be negative.
Yeah, I got
Because it was cosine of 138 should have been a negative. Yeah, okay.
I got negative 34. Wait, did I? No, I got
Negative,
negative 38 points.
yes. And in this quadrant, 214 degrees, the x and the y should be negative. So Nick, what did you get when you
Oh,
typed
it's
those
quadrants. Wow.
in? Yeah, all four quadrants.
Wow.
For the x.
For the x would be
214 cosine times 300. You get negative 248.7.
And the
other one,
sine?
you do the sine of 214 times 300. Negative 167.8.
okay. Then how about D? Oh. Adam, can you help? Then how do I do this one? It takes me all the way around to here.
He's plugged in for, so let's find y, it's 937 sine 341,
And what'd you get?
negative 305.
And the y, or sorry, the x?
It's just 937 cosine What?
And what was the value?
Yeah, 85.9.
88.5,
800. Do you think it's worth?
885.9. Nick, you have a seat? So, guys, yes?
Yes.
Sarah, you look miserable. What's up?
I understand.
Joseph, what's the question? You just write me wrong numbers. I do that. The answer is 12 and I write 21.
Yep.
It's because I look at some.
I will have this for lunch.
Switch out the numbers, like I did that for the first one. I wrote like
Okay. That's all cool on the homework and stuff. You'd be like, oops, don't do that.
I did that on
I got B. Don't you math?
All right. So I'll come by and be like, the number's right.
I know.
Okay. So kinds of things that are on the quiz. Can you graph a vector? Do you guys remember how to do that?
Yeah.
Like, how would I graph that vector?
You go this left, subtract the.
You
go left
or right.
Oh.
Then you move it to the.
Okay. So it is find the coordinate -3, 9, put a dot there, and then connect the dot from the origin to that dot and put an arrow on it. I need to see the arrow. So the quiz will have some of graph it. Then can you add them graphically? Well, if I wanted to see t plus v, that vector, numerically, Tay, how do I add vector t plus v? What is that going to give me? -3 plus 3, 10. Okay, so that's the resultant. Adding them graphically, I'm gonna at the end of this one, I'm gonna glue on go over 3 up 1. So this is vector t, this is vector v. The way to add them, you take the beginning of one to the end of the other. And then what the resultant, the end of where are these forces, if you are a little leaf in the ocean and being pushed around, the current's going this way and the wind is pushing that way, where do you actually end up? This open starting point, that ending,
Should we draw like a whole new vector?
Yep. That is t plus v. That's
How is vector t starting at the origin when the x coordinate is
okay, vectors are like forces that I can pick up and move around. All of you are in a hurricane or wind tunnel, whatever. And I'm gonna say the wind is blowing this way. How's it gonna blow? Your hair is gonna be different than how it's gonna, like,
Yes.
pushing this way for all of you. I can pick it up and move it anyway. So it's more convenient for me to say it's gonna start at the origin.
So you moved it.
I made it start at the origin, and then all the ones I want to add onto it go on to the end of the next thing. Maybe these are all the forces happening. But it's like, the point of it is I can move it anywhere. If I want to see what's the effect on Maya or the effect on somehow, I can pick up the vector, and Maya's the center of the universe, and the origin goes with her. Now, somehow, she's the center of the universe. Okay, so graphing, okay?
Yeah.
Magnitude. How do I find, someone, do you remember how to find magnitude of the, that means, what is the length?
I got it.
Perfect. So it's the thing you guys have been wanting to do all along, Pythagorean theorem. So vector v, magnitude looks like absolute value. The magnitude of v is the length of that diagonal line. And then how do I find direction of v? How do I find that angle?
I don't know. I don't remember.
Using just old tricks. What is that?
Is it like raw design or something? It's like, no, it's not.
No, Peter, how do I find this angle when the vector went over 3 and up 1? Not cosine, tan. right?
Yeah.
Right, then y over x.
Yep.
So Kakoa T is tangent is opposite over adjacent. Oh, this is painful, y'all. Okay. Then just before break, some of you weren't here. Mara, do you remember what this thing is even called? It's not multiply. What do the words on the page say that it's called? Dot product. Alvin, how do I do dot product? This T and that U, how do I do the dot product? So you do what it says here, x times x and y times y. So, Sarah, what is the x times x plus the y times the y for T and U? T and U.
12 times 12. Negative 3 is negative 36, and then 9 times 4 is.
So the dot product is 0, and that meant something special.
This.
Not parallel,
Perpendicular.
perpendicular. So if I graph them, negative 3, 9 is up here, and 12, 4 is there.
So they have like no relation.
So-
They don't help each other out.
Dot product, the meaning of dot product is how much does this vector and this vector help each other. If it was positive, a big positive number, it's like I'm pedaling this way and the wind is pushing me this way. I feel like I'm like gonna win the Olympics because I'm getting all this assist. If you have a headwind pushing you backwards, the dot product's gonna be negative because I'm pedaling this way, but the wind is pushing me backwards. Makes a 60-mile trip a lot longer. Okay, Gianna, T dot product with V.
Negative 9 plus 9.
Negative 9 plus 9, so that's still 0. Are they still perpendicular?
Yes.
Yeah, that 3, 1 is right here. Okay, Tycho, U dot V, these guys.
36 and 4.
So those vectors, really big positive number, they're going the same way.
I don't understand.
You don't understand?
Wait, is that also a perpendicular?
They're not perpendicular. They're not, well. Oops.
So can you do?
Hold on. So this dot product was 0, therefore, do you know what those 3 dots, that means therefore? It means the conclusion of. Vector T and vector U are perpendicular. Here we got 40. Are they perpendicular? No. Dot product's not 0, not perpendicular. Are they parallel? We're gonna ask this. So are they parallel? How do I tell, like, they need to have exactly the same slant. How do I check how it's got a slant? Nadia, do you remember? How do we find slope? Hi?
X1, y1 plus y equal x1.
Okay, but these are already the change in y, the change in x. So the slope
So
of vector
What?
u, okay, guys, slope of vector u,
you know
the y over the x. Hey,
Minus 6. Because
the slope of vector v, y over the x. Do they reduce to the same thing?
And then,
Yeah.
oh,
Yeah.
times 12.
They have exactly the same slope,
9 times 4.
therefore,
Miss Pascal,
yes,
what is that symbol next to you?
this little thing, m,
And then
the slope of.
and then
So Sarah, you were asking what's on the quiz on Tuesday, and the progress check. Quiz Tuesday, you need to be able to graph, you need to be able to do dot product, you need to be able to determine if vectors are parallel or perpendicular, or what if, Nick, what if this was 1/8?
Yeah.
And this is 4/12, are they still parallel?
No.
Because the slopes are not the same, are they perpendicular? Yes?
Yeah.
Why are they perpendicular? The dot product is 40. So if it's 1/8, it just means those two vectors cross.
Oh.
It's not a special thing, it's just regular normal vectors on the street.
Can you, wait.
Yep.
So
You get 0, you,
X times X, Y times Y, add them.
okay.
That's it.
12 times 3.
So try these three.
So what happens?
She found like she tried to find like a slope or something.
Alright, watch this.
Negative 3. Not 12. 36. Minus 9. 36. Negative 36.
Psycho.
Plus 36 equals 0. That means they're parallel.
Perpendicular.
Parallelogram. Kind of parallelogram. How about the Kendrick?
Vacuum for the quaternions.
Wait, are they perpendicular? Oh, it's perpendicular.
Wait, so do it.
First one is not perpendicular. Wait.
Yes. So it means they're not parallel. Then
You like
they're
learning against like
parallel.
The third didn't sign up. After I
Swear to God, you literally just did.
Adam.
was
So,
Yes, sir.
really, we just did this and we just went over it and people are like, wait, what do we do? Here, T dot U was 0, which means, so those guys are perpendicular. And T dot V also was 0, so T and V are also perpendicular. Then we just did U dot V, and we got 40. They are not perpendicular. They might be parallel. We need to do a different check. Peter, what is the different check that I need to do to see if they're parallel? We just did this 4 minutes ago. Can any of you remember 4 minutes ago? Tycho, what is it?
We do so.
wow.
Pressure's on.
3 over 1 for V, right? Or no, 1 over 3.
Is slope x over y or y over x?
Y over X.
Y over x.
1 over 3.
Yes, sir.
Y over x.
And 9. Oh wait.
So I asked about u and v.
So
They
4 over
ain't.
3. No.
4 over 12 and 1 over 3. They're not the same numbers, but what is 4 over 12 reduced to? 1 over 3. So are they the same slope?
Yes.
Yes.
So they ain't parallel.
Okay, makes sense.
Okay. Still a little disturbing. 4 minutes. And all the conclusions of that are gone. You make me worry not only for Thursday, but for the future of the world. You do? Okay. Somebody's gotta do it. Okay. Here are 6 of the problems from tonight's homework. Can you guys please start? I will poke you until you here, sit up and start doing the work.
Absolutely fabulous.
Hi.
I
Hey, Mom.
didn't take photo yet.
What's this? Talk about homework.
Yes, so what's the first thing we do?
Show me. Diagram number 5.
This thing broke. It's over.
Adam, what is the jail bars around the A for number 5? It says jail bars A equals 45. What does that mean?
Absolute value.
No.
Absolute magnitude. Oh my, look at me.
Adam, what does it mean? They already said it, but what does it mean?
15.
Here's all I'd say.
Magnitude.
Here's all I'd say.
This fast? Yeah.
Yes.
45,000? 45. No,
It's just a
45 and then
45.
it's 298.
Okay.
Oh, and 45,000.
So this is going back to like 25 minutes ago. 298 degrees. What quadrant does that take me to? Four? Yes, no?
Yeah.
So we went 90 degrees, 180 degrees, 270. Stop. So that's 298 degrees. This magnitude, the length of my vector is 45. So this was the warm up. Sorry. How do I find the x?
You do cosine or cosine for the x and sine for the y.
Sine 298.
And then you take the x and you put it in, and the y and you put it in. So do that. Here you got the calculator, do it.
But then, oh, okay.
So each of these is just asking you to find the x and the y components. Just the second page of the warm-up.
A equals 5 degrees.
I hear you, people.
45. So what's that? What's one to do? I'll add 2. So we know
And then she looked at this, and then said, what's the subject it's on? Then she said, it's like in the fourth quadrant, right, this one.
Talking to
This
Amanda.
is 33.6. Then she said, well, this is 29.
That's not what I'm
This one,
talking
this line. This one's 48. And then to find this, line.
Oh, we have to do an entire equation.
Yeah, like the warm.
That's fine. Did you go to Cornell?
I did. Grad school.
What did you say?
Well, I don't have to give in.
You went too far. You're just trying to find the coordinates. X and Y.
You want to keep it?
No.
Alright.
So you weren't jealous.
Negative 39.7.
Yes.
So My Little Pony.
I'll take this.
Oh,
I took the I took the meat snack.
How do you want one?
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
So this one is minus 45.
I know,
And
man.
then you take cosine.
Oh, the length is
Yes, Maya, what's up?
Yes, it. Yeah, exactly. You do cosine of 298 times 45.
And then she did
Wow,
cosine and
21.1.
cosine.
So what are you trying to do?
Keep it at my phone for sure.
19 times cosine.
I know what I did wrong.
So I did.
What? Say it louder.
You heard me.
Please say it louder.
You heard me.
19
Please.
No, but you heard me though.
No, please, I want.
angle, 17 and then cosine. And then
We don't know.
Right, Sonia?
it's not imaginary numbers, numbers are all real.
Right then?
Sorry, I did it.
Look like it.
So there are those 6 questions.
The hair. Whoa.
Here are 4 more. So these are the other 4 questions. For those of you that finished the first 6.
Oh, so much.
Never get a breakthrough on that.
What does orthogonal mean?
More level.
Okay, do you go to the orthodontist because you want your teeth to be slanted or like
Straight one.
straight up and down? So
Bingo class. We have a whole page.
Oh, great.
So it's easier here.
I forgot
Oh,
about
bell did not ring. Sit. Bell did not ring. So guys, this is up on Canvas.
Thought it was 21.
21.
That probably would have been smarter if I just put this up in the first place.